Magicians have wowed audiences with their mysterious illusions for thousands of years. The most common illusions showcased by the magician typically involve that of a deck of playing cards, a ball, or a coin. Though these sleight of hand tricks are always fun to watch, the real talent of the magician comes from their understanding of psychology, as they always need to be several steps ahead of their audience. Depending on their success, they could end up headlining the big shows in places such as the Rio in Las Vegas or in London's West End. But no matter how big the stage, the method of the magic always stays the same. Join our crack team of incredible investigators as we take a look into the magician's magic hat to unearth the secrets behind the sorcery. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more incredible videos. Cups and balls. The world-famous cups and balls trick is a classic illusion filled with many surprises. The trick, which is performed in two parts, first sees the magician with 3 balls and cups placed parallel to one another on a table. He will take one of the balls, place it atop one of the cups, then stack another cup on top, after which the magician snaps their fingers as if to suggest that the magic has happened. Then he will commence to lift the stack of cups to reveal that the ball is now on the table. After, the magician will repeat this process for balls number 2 and 3. But for the third ball, upon lifting the stack of cups, it will not be underneath as expected. So where did it go? The magician will lift the remaining cup which had been left at the side to discover the third ball was hidden underneath the entire time. For the second part of this trick, the magician will then place each cup over each of the 3 balls. Without touching any of the cups, the magician will then snap his fingers and lift the 2 cups that are on either side of the middle one to reveal that the 2 balls which were placed underneath a moment before have now vanished. The magician will then lift the middle cup to show that all 3 balls were in fact underneath it the entire time. But how is this incredible illusion delivered? Well, much like all magic, the illusion itself is brilliantly designed. Though the spectator believes that there are only 3 balls, there are in fact 4, with one being hidden to the audience's knowledge throughout. First, the magician will lay the 3 cups and balls out onto the table, with the 4th ball already being hidden underneath the middle cup. With the ball in place, all the magician has to do is take one of the 3 balls, place it atop the middle cup, stack the other cups over, snap his fingers, and voila! He lifts to reveal the 4th ball. From the perspective of the audience, the ball which had been placed atop the middle cup appears to have fallen through the cup and landed on the table. For the second half of the trick, the magician seems to push each ball underneath each cup, but in fact, what he is doing is a sleight of hand trick. The middle cup will already have the 4th hidden ball placed underneath it, so when the magician pushes ball number 1 underneath the first cup, he's actually pinching the ball with his thumb and giving off the illusion that he has pushed it underneath the cup, when in fact he carries it over to the middle cup. He will then lift the middle cup to push ball number 2 underneath it, but he is actually pushing both balls underneath to sit beside the secret ball which is already there. The magician will then pinch the final ball with his thumb and only appear to push it underneath the remaining cup, but secretly he will drop that ball behind the table. Then he lifts the middle cup to reveal all 3 balls are underneath, and alas, the cup and balls trick. Glorpy. More commonly known as the haunted handkerchief, Glorpy offers spectators the illusion that the magician has caught a ghost named Glorpy inside his handkerchief and demonstrates to spectators that Glorpy is trying to escape. The trick sees the magician lay a handkerchief flat on the table after having shown the audience that there is nothing on either side of it. He will then claim to have caught Glorpy by folding the handkerchief in half. At first, Glorpy may seem shy as he suddenly tries to escape his new prison, but after a while, spectators will see Glorpy move around and even raise up from off the table. After a minute or so, the magician will not want to be cruel and he will allow Glorpy to escape. The magician will then open the handkerchief, revealing to the spectator that there was nothing inside it the entire time. So, how is this trick performed? Sewn into the fabric of the handkerchief is a very thin wire that threads through the seams of it. By simply touching the handkerchief, the magician has full-on control over the wire, and it is this control which allows the magician to give the illusion of a captured ghost. Sorry Ghostbusters, but our team of incredible investigators solved this case, so go have a coffee. 3-card Monty. Three-card Monty, also known as Find the Lady, has a controversial reputation. Although it is used by some of the greatest illusionists of our time, the trick can also be used by street hustlers to con people out of their money. Luckily, much like Albus Dumbledore, our magicians use their power for good. The trick sees the performer laying out 3 cards on a table in sequential order. 2 of these cards will be the Joker, and the other, known as the Money card, will either be an Ace of Spades or a Queen. The game is simple. If you can tell the performer where the Queen is after he has rearranged them, you win. As the magician switches up the cards, he will usually recite a common phrase such as, "Remember, the jokers don't pay, but if you keep your eyes on the Queen, it could be your lucky day." The spectator, or mark, who had been following the Queen as the magician was rearranging the cards, will then choose the card which they think is the Queen. But wow! The card they had been following was the wrong card. But how is this incredible trick performed when they never took their eyes off the Queen? Well, through yet another sleight of hand trick, it has to do entirely with the way that the cards are held and tossed across the table. For much like a circus clown who holds 2 juggling balls in one hand and the third in the other, the magician holds the cards exactly the same. Although it appears that the magician is only able to toss the top card of the 2, in reality, he has the ability to toss either of them. So, right from the get-go, the spectator had been following the wrong card, believing that the Queen had been tossed over, when in fact the card was still very much in his hand. When performed correctly, it is almost impossible for the spectator to pick up on this, as the cards are being shuffled that quickly, and alongside the recited phrase, which helps draw the attention of the spectator away from the cards, the magician can give the illusion that he has the ability to swap the cards without touching them. Chinkachink. Chinkachink is one of the most common tricks performed by magicians, which dates back to as early as the 1800s. Popularized by the sensational Max Malini, the trick sees 4 small objects, usually coins, magically transport to one another's location. The magician can do this trick in a variety of ways, to the point where all 4 coins end up underneath one hand. But how is this incredible trick performed? Again, the mastery of the magic is that it's a sleight-of-hand confidence trick where the magician lays out the 4 coins, but much like the cup and balls illusion, there is a hidden coin underneath the magician's palm. But this is where the importance of the personality of the magician comes into play. This process can be repeated for the entire performance of the illusion. Thanks for watching this wait! Just when you thought our incredible team had finished, we go and pull another trick from out of our sleeve. Here's a special bonus just for you. Sawing a person in half. Sawing a person in half is one of the most famous magic stunts of all time. The magician's assistant will be placed in a wooden box that is secured to a table and tied down with thick belts to ensure she cannot move. After which, by either saw or sword, the magician will cut the box in half several times. Then the magician will separate both boxes to showcase that the person inside has, in fact, been cut in half. After, the magician will place the boxes back together and remove the huge blades. The box is open and the straps are removed. The assistant will then stand to show the audience that there are no cuts on her body whatsoever. But how is this possible when she literally had just been cut in half? Well, the trick is entirely dependent on the leg straps of the assistant, for when she's being tied down, the magician will ensure that there is just enough room for her to pull her legs out as soon as the box covers them over. With her incredible athleticism, the assistant will fold her legs inside the top half of the box, and sometimes, via a remote control, mechanical legs will appear to stick out the bottom half of the box. The importance of this trick is all about timing, for the assistant has no way to actually tell the magician when she has managed to get her entire body in the top half of the box. But when achieved correctly, it creates the illusion of the magician breaking all logic and any sense of reality for the spectators. It's fair to say that this illusion is incredible. Thanks for watching. Be sure to join us again for our next incredible journey into the unknown, the bizarre, and the beautiful. Make sure to hit that like button and the notification bell, share and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, remember, seeing is believing, and those who don't believe will never see.